Good Lord. Good Lord. Good Lord. Oh, good Lord. Good Lord. Oh, good Lord. Good Lord. Okay, I'm just gonna throw this out there. My fingers are going to fall off my hands before I clear this place. Good Lord. There can be some pretty difficult places in the Commonwealth, so today I wanted to list my top 5 most challenging locations in Fallout 4. Let's get into it. And quickly, I do think it's important to remember that your difficulty setting, as well as your own playstyle, could very well affect the experiences that you have, but these are just the ones that, from what I've read, I feel like the community struggles with the most. So, in other words, when you go down and you comment, "Oh my god, you forgot the entrance to Vault 95, that was hard for me," it's like, I've only got 5 spaces. It's top 5. I didn't forget it, I couldn't include it. I didn't have a space to spare. Starting off with number 5, we have the Revere Satellite Array. Now, luckily, the super mutants here aren't smart enough to turn this thing into what it really looks like, a super weapon, but they at least figured out they have a big advantage if they're going to be above you, especially when they have rocket launchers. So you always have to be careful of where you are on the ground, because if you expose yourself, you'll definitely have a stream of missiles coming down on you. The thing is, once you do find one of the very few safe spots, you're still screwed. There's a suicider who's going to charge you and try to push you back out into the open, and so if he doesn't kill you, the rocket launcher is going to find you once again. But this really is just the beginning, because if you can work your way up any of the stairways they've created, you'll notice this place has no cover. Everything is so open, and they obviously designed it that way, but you'll be running up some stairs, and while you've got mutants above you shooting right down through the little holes in the metal, well, you've also got another pair of overlords just over the way shooting at you from over on the other towers. Just about every direction you turn, and you're going to have heavy lasers burning into you. And if you are quick enough to get into one of their wooden forts that are up above, well, it's probably best that you take stock of the situation and take your time to pick them off from there. Sniper rifles, appreciated. Although what is nice is if you can successfully fight your way to the top, well, then no one is going to be able to pull you down. Number 4, we have the Saugus Ironworks, and what's crazy about this place is it isn't even that big. There's just such a high concentration of firepower when you get here. The Forged are fanatical, and they really do fight like hell. When you get up to their entrance, you'll notice something very quick. You can't see a damn thing. It's just a wave of fire burning off your face. See, they have this tactic of keeping you like that at all times, right? When you're out of reach, they're going to be hurling Molotov cocktails at you constantly. They don't even light the damn things. They're just chucking them like candy. So you run up to them so that, maybe they'll stop, and that's where the flamethrowers are, who are going to cover up your entire vision. And if you're able to withstand the heat and make your way inside, which, good on you, be ready for even more. It just continues. They've set up their base in a way that if you're not able to endure the fire, you'll be fried up before you ever get to the big baddie of this place. Although, we'll get to him in just a second. The nice thing about the warehouse is that there's a lot of corners and objects where you can take cover. I certainly suggest cryogenic grenades if you have them. Cool off all the wackos of this place and even catch a little breeze yourself as you run by. But it's just nice they're not totally crowding you in here. You even get the drop on them halfway through when you fire down from the walkways. So you've got a little bit of time to breathe, but that's on purpose, because what you've got coming is going to take the last bit of endurance that you have left. You walk into the blast furnace and the temperature is at its hottest. I actually ended the conversation with Slag early so that I had a second to plan my attack, and knowing there was really only one place for cover, well, that's when I threw out my distraction. Down below the walkway, I jumped, and that's where we kicked it off. Although, just when you think you've got a second to, reposition yourself, you've got flames cascading down on you. You're like a rat trapped in an oven. The only way to not roast is to be really aware of your position so that you don't get locked into a really tight space and then burned. But hey, if they can shoot you, you can shoot them. So wherever you get an opening, you do, and you can eventually start whittling down their numbers. And if at the very end you haven't succumbed to the melting point, well then do me a favor, drop some of those cryos in that stupid pot of theirs. Number 3, we have Quincy, and as much as I do like to rip on Preston, I'll give him some sympathy for having to get attacked and then chased by these lunatics. They really do pack a punch, and as ruined as this town may seem, believe me, their defenses are fully operational. So how do you approach a place as big as this? Well, you can do what I did and just walk in from the south, be natural, make it look like you're one of the gunners themselves. And I got sort of far until a big buff lady in power armor decided to beat me to death. See, this place doesn't just have one boss or even 2, it has 3 bosses. bosses who all have pivotal spots throughout the town. So yeah, obviously Tessa gave us a handy welcome. And the next would be Baker. You start working your way through town and you realize there are gunners occupying this entire place. And a lot of them are up on the rooftops, right? Follow their lead. You go up and it is a frenzy. Grenades are being thrown at you. Baker's got mini nukes coming from over on the roof of the church. The third boss, Clint, he's got a Gatling laser pointed on you at all times, and all the minions are shooting at you in between. You really do get that sense of you versus an entire town. Well, hopefully if you do take out their leaders, the rest will slowly collapse. You rush into the church and you make your way to Baker, who, by the way, he's a psychopath. He's going to shoot you from 5 feet away with a missile launcher if he has the ammo. Baker doesn't care, so consider that if you want to get up close. But if you do kill him, the roof of the church has a path that leads to the overpass where Clint is positioned. This is your chance to brave that massive laser gun that he has and take him out for good. And if there are any stragglers after that, you should have an easier time picking them off. So it's not impossible, but if you do want to conquer this town for yourself, it's those key positions that will be critical to your success. Number 2, we have Nuketown USA. Now, I know this one might seem like a weird choice, but I think it's a viable option that someone would see this as a hostile location. Most people are probably going to go through the DLC quest line and join up with the raiders, yes, but if not, it makes plenty of sense. I mean, right when you walk into the market, you see slaves in rags with shock collars on. It's hard to let them get away with that. So if you start the quest open season and you want to kill all of the raiders here, good freaking luck. This is probably the most people you'll find in one area that want you dead. Like, even if you went nuts and you started stabbing people in Diamond City for no reason, I still don't think it's going to be as intense as this. And that's especially true when you go into the amphitheater with Mason and all of his pack. I mean, I lost half my health just getting through the door, but you've got 10 different flurries of bullets all hitting you at once. You've got dogs chewing through your legs. If you don't lower the difficulty, you'll probably just be popping stim packs one after the other until you're all out, and then you realize you've only killed 3 people. It's nuts. But all the gangs, they're just as hard as this, but in different ways. Like, with the operators, you have more cover in their base. The thing is, there are more mini-bosses with extra health they're just really tough to kill. Plus, because it is a tight spot, it's really easy to get backed into a small room and then just shred it apart. So it's a much closer encounter. And then with the Disciples, it's like the Gauntlet 2.0. You better just run up their mountain and then shoot from up there, or you're going to get swarmed down below real fast. And believe me, they would love to put your pretty face on one of their effigies. So please don't give them the satisfaction. If you decide to take out the biggest collection of raiders we have ever seen before, get ready to fight up close and dirty. And quickly before number 1, we have a few honorable mentions. The Gunners Plaza, headquarters to this mercenary group. It is packed tight with turrets, missiles, and high-ranking personnel. Watch your ass. Then we've got the Massachusetts State House, an underground system of mirelurks, eventually leading to their queen. Who's trying to go here? Some kind of dingus? And then we have the Harbor Grand Hotel in Far Harbor. Hospitality is at an all-time low when an army of super mutants have taken up management. The front bell has likely been replaced with a mine. And number 1, we have the Glowing Sea. There shouldn't really be any surprise here. This is the closest you'll get to apocalypse while still being alive. Now, because it's more spread out, it might not be as fast-paced as say, the last one, but at least with Nuke World, you've got that moment of, okay, I think I can do this. I think I can kill all of them. With the Glowing Sea, there's no defeating it. You just stay alive for as long as you can until you can get out. We're not even really sure of how many monsters there are, we just know they're everywhere. You've got rad scorpions that can pop out at any time, packs of ghouls that are at the height of their madness, and most importantly, deathclaws that know very well they are the kings of this wasteland. They see a big toaster with arms running at them and they're like, bring it on! They're tossing you around like you don't weigh anything, and it only takes 2 to not be able to move whatsoever, and you're getting smashed from every which way. Maybe you should ditch the armor for more agility? Ha! That's a lie! There's so much radiation in the air, you can't be here without protection. And if you're planning on coming here with just a hazmat suit, good luck trying to win a single fight. Chances are you'll be able to run just to Virgil's Cave, get the fast travel point, and then never come here again. In the footage, I do have the Ghoulish perk totally maxed out, so that is an option if you do want to bring your own armor without suffocating. But the point is, even with the most defenses you can have, it's easy to be turned into a ragdoll here. And if you plan on really exploring this place, it's no short fight. More than ever, you're going to need stim packs, radaway, tons of ammo and explosives, your very best weapons, everything you can get your hands on. But, like I said, you don't kill the Glowing Sea. You experience it just long enough until it kills you. And there you have it, my top 5 most challenging locations in Fallout 4. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And down below, please tell me, what else would you like to add to this list? Alright, thank you very much for watching. And if you're the kind of player who didn't find any of these challenging, well then, screw you. Okay, you badass.